Yes, still got the hands. That's what you learn in New Brighton playing football in Hunky Alley. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Linda Sumner is here, Hall of Famer Geneva, and a soccer extraordinaire, and also the coach of the women, and of course their great soccer team. What an honor to have her shooting my video.
Absolute honor. I mean, inducted into the Hall of Fame last year, and the greatest women's soccer player to play here at Geneva College.
All right, throw me
and her
in.
husband has won more baseball games here than anybody.
That's her husband?
Al Sumner, he coaches baseball. I mean, honestly, both of them will be in the Hall of Fame.
Why would you not want to come to Geneva College? Give me the ball. All right, listen, that's what Brady's going to. That's what Brady's going to say this week, and he did last week when they needed to. No, a couple of weeks ago against Jacksonville, and this was the first one to, I believe, will be the X factor. Danny Amendola, how'd it go? Show us.
How they go? Traditional cross pattern, whether you want to call it a shallow cross or whether you call it a drive route. They're inside the 10-yard line, so you're looking at man-to-man coverage. So what happens here is they take the tight end, and tight end's running what we call a hunt route, and all he's doing is going to go ahead and sit and try to find an open spot. There was nothing open. The free safety clamped down on him. The Mike linebacker, Miles Jack, actually was responsible for him. So what happens is when he came down like this, and this natural rub occurs, he got caught, and now he's chasing Amendola. The Will backer is already taken off because he has this running back into the flat. And Rob, what happened to set everything up is the wideout just takes this in man-to-man coverage and basically runs this kid, into section 106. So what ends up happening is this: Brady's got all this room to throw. He throws it in. The kid scores on the first touchdown. And then what they came back and did on the second one was very similar, only they kind of switched it up a little bit.
This is the one that he caught in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and what they did is, again, they just put him on a drive route and to kind of get some motion this way with the same concept over here. Actually, I do believe that the second one might even have been play action. All right? So if it was play action, and I remember this, if it's play action right now, that linebacker's in a real bind because he's got to honor the run, and plus he's got to honor this. This takes him here. This takes him down on the run. And he's just working the back of the end zone to this. And all he does is find that spot right there, makes that catch, and that puts them up, and they're in the Super Bowl again.
Now, Zach Veltrop's going to join us in the next video. And by the way, for a number of years, his parents were the reason why we were able to put Blackhawk football on the radio. So a very good family there. Always nice to talk about some good people in Beaver County who love local athletics. But the thing that really you saw happen here was the fact that Brady got a whole lot of time, and Philadelphia's going to be hoping to get more of a pass rush on him. So these linebackers are going to have a lot of time to think. So the key really is going against Brady defensively. You have to get to him as quickly as you can.
Well, I think exactly. I think the biggest key is wherever he is. If he's on this spot right here in the gun, or if he's going through his 2 or 3 step progression, you got to be able to move him off that X. Here's one thing, and I thought the Falcons did a pretty good job of it last year.
Right.
But they got tired in the fourth quarter, and this is what you see with teams that play against these guys up front. They're going to get a lot of pressure this way, okay, into his face, and that could be troublesome for Brady. However, what happens is as it goes on, they need to rotate these guys in. I mean, absolutely need to rotate them in to keep them fresh, because in the fourth quarter, if you look, I think part of Brady's mystique is the fact that he's not getting pressured as much because the guys up front on defense are
Let
tired.
me ask you, Josh McDaniels, now he's going to get another shot in
he's gonna get
Indianapolis.
another shot.
But is he a brilliant offensive-minded coach, in your opinion, or does Brady make him look smarter than what he really is?
Well, I think Brady.
But Andrew Luck, if healthy, could help him in a big way too in Indianapolis.
Oh, he could help him out. Andrew Luck's got a tremendous arm, but Brady is. People don't understand because in some regards, the way Paterno would keep all information about the football program for years on their success.
Mm-hmm.
Basically would stay in State College. Belichick does that in Foxborough, and now you're starting to see with his TB12 and everything, the way that Tom Brady's wired.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a guy that's got a tremendous ability to get rid of the ball, tremendous tenacity in leadership, and as far as physical preparation, Second to none. I mean, honestly, him and James Harrison can compare not on weightlifting or anything, but just on the whole aspect. But the thing that separates Brady from everyone is the fact that he already knows which way that corner or that safety is going to turn on a route because he's watched it probably 10 hours worth of film.
Now,
On that particular route.
let's just talk about Philadelphia's offense a little bit, then Zach will come in and we'll talk defense, not only the Eagles, but the New England Patriots. Nick Foles, once again, going to be called upon to, perform some, I think, heavy lifting, no doubt. But when you look at Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount, 1-2 punch, time possession, being able to pound the football, also hopefully they'll, maybe draw a play to get into the back behind the secondary to use some of that speed that Jay Ajayi has. I think if I'm Philadelphia, even though Alshon Jeffries is a great wide receiver, I run the football until it doesn't work for me.
They've got a kid from Central Catholic from Pittsburgh. His dad actually spent many hours in this room with us. Steph Wisniewski, the left guard for the Eagles. Probably the catalyst of this entire offensive line. This offensive line is tremendous. They've got 2 running backs. If they can be able to keep a safety out of the box by maybe throwing the ball deep on a play action once in a while and run the football, run the clock, I think that would be definitely the game plan.
Zach Ertz, the tight end of Philadelphia, before I get to him, Gronkowski, it looks like he's going to go. And they said, look, they didn't need him in their last win. He got knocked out for the end of the first half. Listen, he is truly the best tight end in the league now. But how much do you think? We know that they're going to rely on him if he's healthy for a number of things. But what about Ertz? How important is he for Nick Foles in this football game?
They move him around.
Yes.
I'm really impressed. I mean, they had him out. They're doing a lot of stuff that Gronk does with anytime that you can get a certain personnel, whether it's college, and talk to Zach about this, we'll base our defense on what kind of personnel people have on the field. And if this guy's a tight end and they got 2 running backs, they got 2 wideouts, whatever it is, we'll get certain defenses that will call. And what's going on and what you're seeing right now in the NFL is this. You're seeing teams like the Steelers, you're seeing teams like the Eagles, and especially the Patriots be able to use the same personnel and get into different formations that otherwise would dictate other defensive calls. And if you've got Gronk out here, on a 5'10", 5'11" receiver, it's a mismatch.
All right, so last thing about Gronk, then we'll take a break and talk defense. Malcolm Jenkins is safety. He's a free-flowing safety who has a lot of ability to freestyle. Not as good as, say, Troy Polamalu, but close. How important is it for him to shadow Gronkowski? And can any team with one player, no matter how versatile they are, stop Rob Gronkowski?
I think Jaguars had a pretty good approach with it. And, I heard one theory, and it was that, they're so locked into Gronk being on the game, that was the game plan. Any time this guy's in the middle of the field, he's devastating. And probably his best route is something that starts on this side of the field and works his way over here. That's what he killed Pittsburgh with over and over and over. So I think being able to have a safety like that is going to help tremendously.
Saw something trending today about Bill.
Of course, what do I know? I'm a Division III coach. We run the triple option, We gave up throwing the ball 2 years ago,
All right.
I don't know a whole lot.
I'll say what I'm going to ask when Zach Veltrop joins us. So let's take a break. We'll be right back. By the way, show him over here, Linda. Here you go, Coach. We'll be back.